Right, let's turn to this now. The ANC conference has adjourned for now, but it does have a new National Executive Committee. This is the organisation's highest decision-making body between conferences. The 80 or so member committee is a core team that drives decisions and change in the party. The person who was the #1 nominee on that list is former KwaZulu-Natal Premier Sihle Zikalala. Now, also, he is the current KwaZulu-Natal Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs MEC, and he joins me now. Mr. Zikalala, thank you so much for your time. So you're the most popular member of the NEC. Congratulations. How does that feel? Does it mean you have any special status in the NEC?
No, we are all NEC members. But I would want to appreciate and thank the confidence that the membership and the delegates to the national conference gave and expressed to us as a collective elected leadership of the ANC. And we must reaffirm our commitment to serve the movement and, of course, the country at large with respect and dedication.
All right. And you've clearly got a big task. The ANC has a lot of challenges to deal with. What I wanted to ask you about is the fact that KwaZulu-Natal, which is the largest region for the party, we don't have a single person from KwaZulu-Natal in the top 7. In fact, majority of people in the top 7, I think 6 out of 7, are actually from Gauteng. Do you see that as a problem?
Well, it is not a problem, but the fact that the province had people who were standing and they were not elected should also be subjected by the provincial leadership into an assessment as to what went wrong and how we got ourselves in the state of affairs, in this current state of affairs. The ANC is a national organization. It is a unitary movement. It is not a federal movement. It's unitary in character. So all leaders of the ANC, irrespective of their location, are eligible to lead. Yes, we would have loved to have someone from KwaZulu-Natal, which symbolically it's important, and it shows that connection between the province and the national leadership. But it doesn't constitute a problem. It can be something that is discussed internally. We should always protect the unitary character of the ANC and that it is national. But geographical representation is always encouraged, and therefore it would have been good to have someone from KwaZulu-Natal being in the top 7.
Two things about KwaZulu-Natal. My understanding is it's the only province, the ANC province, that right from the get-go, right from branch stage, put its weight behind Zweli Mkhize, of course, and he lost out to Cyril Ramaphosa. And of course, we also know that there is an increasingly tense situation between former President Jacob Zuma and current President Cyril Ramaphosa. Do you think that those issues might have had anything to do with the fact that there isn't anyone from KwaZulu-Natal in the top 7?
Well, firstly, I think structures of the ANC in totality, from all corners of the country, had a right to nominate whoever they preferred to lead, including branches of KwaZulu-Natal. They had a right to nominate Comrade Zweli, as they did, and there is nothing wrong with that. And I think right now that President Cyril Ramaphosa has been elected, that means we should all support the president. In the ANC, we will have a right to contest and to nominate and elect anyone. But once the elections have taken place, we all have to support the elected leader. With regard to the issues between the former president and the current president of the ANC, I believe that Comrade Secretary General of the ANC, Comrade Mbalula, addressed the matter quite properly at the conference, where he said Comrade Zuma, former President Zuma, is one of those who are the heritage of the movement, who have served the movement, and therefore, as the elected officials, they will always engage him on issues of his concerns. And I believe that should be allowed. It will be a good political intervention.
So the ANC NEC, it's the highest decision-making body between conferences. It's a weighty task that this 80-member group has, because we know that membership of the ANC is down. A lot of the polls are predicting that for the first time ever, the ANC may well drop below 50% support in the general election in 2024. And you have a crisis of integrity and trust on your hands, bearing in mind the many years of state capture and the over 200 people in the party who have been implicated in that. How do you feel about being part of a National Executive Committee that features people who've been implicated in state capture, that features at least one man who's been caught on video slapping a woman? How do you feel? Do you feel that compromises your ability to start winning back the trust of South Africans?
Well, we are, as the ANC, going through a process of organizational renewal. Yes, there are tendencies and challenges that have crept in the movement. But I believe as we go on, the ANC is going to restore its credibility and integrity to the society. The ANC must be seen acting against any form of wrongdoing, corruption, and any other form of wrongdoing. It must act consistently and without being selective. It will then restore its integrity. But also, we must stop to be inward looking. We must begin to be more preoccupied by issues that are affecting the society, issues of unemployment, issues of the cost or the standard of living, the cost of living, the issues of crime and poverty. So the main challenge is to restore the organizational integrity, but further deal with the issues that are affecting the community, especially unemployment, poverty, crime, and the cost of living.
What for you is going to be your big focus as clearly a well-regarded member of the ANC NEC going into the next year? And I'm thinking particularly of your roots in KwaZulu-Natal. I mean, this province has taken an absolute beating in the last few years. The president himself spoke about the Letseme campaign, which is an outreach campaign to really get in touch with the people. Talk to me about what you believe is going to be the most important task, perhaps for you, within the NEC in the coming year.
Well, I think the important task is to ensure that we rebuild the organizational character and have the ANC that is not only dependent to government, the ANC that serves the people. Councillors in our wards must, of course, lead the service delivery, but the ANC must be seen tackling issues affecting the society. The Letsema campaign is one of those campaigns that must be all over, implemented across the country by all provinces, all regions, and all branches. We should restore the capacity of the organization to implement programs. It should not be a program that is implemented only if there is a president. We should be engaged in this program in the country throughout, and not as an event, but an ongoing program.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you for chatting to us this evening. That, of course, is Sihle Zikalala. He's ANC NEC member, also the current KwaZulu-Natal Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs NEC and former Premier of KwaZulu-Natal.